previous videos, my husband makes this wonderful cauliflower pizza. And I know everybody thinks that there's no way that cauliflower pizza can be good, but it actually is. And we buy the crust already made from, usually we get it from Sprouts. I believe they may have it in a few other locations, but we get ours from Sprouts. It comes 2 crusts in a pack, and it is absolutely perfect. It's a frozen crust, cauliflower crust. Now, I used to make cauliflower pizza before, and I used to make it from scratch, meaning I would use almond flour and coconut flour, a mixture of both, and some mozzarella cheese, a little bit of garlic, egg, put it in a mixer, mix it all together, and basically make the crust, make the mixture into a crust, bake that, and then put all my toppings on it to make the pizza crust. And that alone, it's not that much work, but it's more work than is needed. And that was before we could actually find the cauliflower pizza crust. Now that they have it already made, it's much easier. We just have to add our toppings. So the way that we make our pizza, and you can make yours any way you want, and I really do want to know if you like it or not. So again, I like to tell people I love things that are true to taste, and this pizza is true to taste. I'm not much of a pizza lover. My husband can eat it every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would eat pizza maybe every now and then, but this pizza is actually very, very good. So what we usually get, and I'll put the ingredients in the bottom so that you can find them. And again, some of the items are going to be, your taste. This is how we make our pizza in this house. So we use it's called Caulipower pizza crust. So it's Caulipower pizza crust. And I'll put that again in the bottom so you'll have the information. I'll put the link at the bottom. We use a low sugar pizza sauce, and that's easy. You just go in to wherever you buy or you shop, do your groceries, and find a pizza sauce that's lower in sugar. And there's a lot of them. They're not that loaded with sugar, but just make sure you check those labels to make sure that sugar number is not too high. We use mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella cheese shouldn't have that much, too many carbs or any sugar in them, because again, it's cheese. If you get the real cheese, that is. Pepperonis, we put on ours. Pepperoni is a meat, so you don't need to worry about that being a carb or a sugar. Peppers, onions, and we use olives on ours. So ours is the Caulipower pizza crust, the pizza sauce, the mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, peppers, onions, and olives. I'll put pictures of what they look like. I'll put pictures of what the crust looks like. We put the sauce on it, and then I'll show you pictures of all the toppings we put on it. Then we bake it, and I think you bake it for anywhere from, I think it's 10 to 15 minutes, and then you take it out and you have a masterpiece. That pizza is divine. My husband was hard to convince to try keto, low sugar, low carb diet and lifestyle, not diet, lifestyle. And but for him, it was more of a diet because he didn't intend to do it long term. He intended to do it for a short period of time. So for him, it was a diet. But and it was one of the things. It was one of his staples. It was one of the things that he was not willing to give up. So we had to find again something that could take the place of that pizza for him, because again, it was something he was not going to give up. So we had to find the alternative. And for him, this is a wonderful alternative. I can always look forward to having that pizza at least once a week in this house. So, and again, I'm not mad about it because it tastes really, really good. So try it. I want to know if you like it or not, what your thoughts are about it. If you think it's true to taste, like I think it's true to taste, or if it's not for you. Let me know. Leave your comments in the bottom. We'll talk about it. And again, let me know. Something that I wanted to also mention, Someone was asking me earlier about coffee and tea. Those things are not restricted. Your coffees and your teas are not restricted as long as you're not putting sugar in them. Creamers, if you're using flavored creamers or anything like that, I don't know that much about coffee because I'm not a coffee drinker. I drink tea. If you're drinking anything like that, just make sure that it's not, look at your numbers. You have to look at your numbers. If it's a flavored creamer or flavoring or whatever you're using, look at your numbers, look at your sugar numbers, because I think that's what's going to end up being the higher thing in those, because it's going to be considered, I guess, a sweetener, something that's making your coffee taste better or your tea taste better. For me, I drink tea. I drink it black. Any tea that I drink, I usually make sure it's caffeine free, but that's for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be caffeine free, but I don't do caffeine. And I usually drink it just the way it is, hot water, and that's it. So to me, I get the full flavor of it. Now, I also do a sugar reducing tea. And I don't know if you all know about mulberry leaf or white mulberry leaf, and that is a herb that is used to lower blood sugar. So I do use that to assist me with lowering my blood sugar. If I feel like I eat something that maybe a little bit higher in carbs, I do drink that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you what you should do. I'm telling you what I do and what you could possibly do that mimics what I do. Again, I'm not a doctor. Consult with your doctor before you do anything that has to do with herbs or anything like that, because I don't know how it will affect you. But again, going back to the tea that I use, they're usually called sugar lowering teas. I have a few brands. I usually get them from the health food store. If you go to look for them at a health food store, just tell them you're looking for a mulberry leaf tea or a white mulberry leaf tea, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. You can also get the white mulberry berries themselves. They're dried, so you can get them if you want to eat them or whatever, and that actually helps. What the mulberry is supposed to do is you drink. I usually drink one in the morning before my breakfast. That's my regular hot tea, and then I eat whatever I eat. And what the mulberry is supposed to do is it's supposed to help push some of those carbs. Instead of you storing them and digesting them, it's supposed to help push them straight to your large intestines, and you know what that's going to come out as. So you drink a cup of that in the morning. You eat whatever you normally eat, or your lower carbs or what have you. And I usually drink a second cup sometime during the day or a third cup later at night. And by the time you're ready to have a bowel movement, you will notice a better bowel movement. And I think that has to do with the fact that it's pushing out some of the things that didn't get stored, that didn't need to be stored. So that's white mulberry leaf tea. Or it may be called sugar lowering tea, sugar leveling tea, something like that. So you can always go to your health food store and find out about that. If you have any questions on things that you may eat now or use now and you need a lower sugar or lower carb option, you can ask. Like I said, I've researched the heck out of low carb and low sugar eating, and think I can assist you with finding some things that you may need help with. The next video that I intend to do, we make a wonderful shrimp fried rice. The first time I made that shrimp fried rice in this house, I didn't tell my husband. I just made the shrimp fried rice and served it up to him, and he ate it, and I sat there and watched him eat it. And I said, well, how was it? And he said it was excellent. He said, but where did you get this short grain rice? And I was like, that's not rice. And he was like, well, what is it? And I told him it was cauliflower. So again, that means it's true to taste. My husband will not eat anything. He's worse than me. He's more true to taste than I am. He won't eat it if it doesn't taste like what it's supposed to taste like. And he eats it. He likes it. We actually served it to our in-laws. They didn't know the difference till afterwards because they don't want to eat low carb, low sugar, anything. So I didn't tell them, and they ate it with no problem. And I told them after they were done, and they were fine with it. So it's true to taste, really good, has a lot of ingredients in it. We use the shrimp, cauliflower, rice, we use eggs in there, cauliflower rice, shrimp, some sesame seed oil, a little Larry seasoned salt, some, this and that, some soy sauce, and again, it comes out really, really good. Very true to taste. So look out for that one next. Try to do that and post that for you all. But again, let me know how you like the cauliflower pizza, one of the staples in this house, and hopefully it becomes one of yours. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, let them know, and let's keep moving with what we're doing, and let's keep doing this low sugar, low carb. We can do it, and we'll stick to it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.